新的神，新的事将要成就，新的恩典，新的盼望。我们要唱新歌，充满神的荣耀。
分享信息之前
And before the message,
总是要跟大家分享个笑话，让大
I'd
家
like to
清楚
share a joke.
一个太太
There was a wife
就问她的先生的儿子说
asked her husband and her：“ son,
你看我穿的这件新衣服漂不漂亮？”
how does this new dress look on me?
儿子说：“哦，妈妈衣服好。”爸爸说：“衣服好漂亮。”
The husband said, the dress looks good.
儿子说：“妈妈，你比这个衣服漂亮多了。”
And the son said, Mom, you look better than the dress.
这个妈妈很感慨的说
And the mom sighed and said,：“
别人生的跟自己生的就是不一样。”
Who I gave birth to, is so different.
继续的圣经。
All right, lift your
宣告
Bible
三
up.
年一起，我是有价值的，我是可爱的，我是被接纳的，我是被饶恕的，我是有能力的，我是蒙受祝福的，因为我是负责，我并不是缺乏。神都帮助我们，神能力量我们啊！我靠着那些力量的，凡事再次认说，我是有价值的，我是可爱的，我是被接纳的，我是被饶恕的，我是有能力的，我是蒙受祝福的，因为我是我负责，我并不是缺乏。神都帮助我们，神能力量我们啊！我靠着那些力量的方式，所见上帝的应许。
May God, through his message,
临到每一个相信他应许人的身上。
fulfill what he says upon all.
我今天跟大家分享，
And today I want to share with you,
凭着信心撒种，
sowing by faith.
神在我们一生所要成就的美好的命定，
Every beautiful destiny that God wants to fulfill in each of your lives,
都从上帝给我们一点小小的恩赐能力开始。
it all starts with the little bit that God has given you.
就像农夫要期待丰收一样，
Just like a seed resulting in a harvest,
上帝给他们种子。
it starts with a small seed.
当你把种子撒下去之后，
And when you plant that seed,
农夫们可以期待它
the
开花结果，
harvest will then come.
你可以有丰收。
You'll have a big harvest.
神在我们的生命当中也是一样，
And in our lives, it's the same
我
principle.
们每一个身上都有很多的种子，
We all have seeds.
这个种子可以为我们带来丰收，
And if we plant those seeds, it'll bring forth a
带来
harvest,
丰收的生命。
a harvesting life.
你的能力、恩赐、才干是上帝给你的种子，
Your strength, your talent, your gifts, those are God's seeds for you.
你的爱心、你的鼓励是上帝给你的种子。
Your affirmations to others, your encouragements to others, those
任
are
何可以
seeds.
给出去的都是种子，
The seeds you sow out.
但是如同农夫一样，
But just like sowing, just like a farmer,
如果你把种子只是留在家里面，放在袋子里面，
if you just hoard the seed to yourself,
你不愿意把它撒在地上，
but you don't sow it in soil,
这个种子不能为你带来丰收。
that seed will never birth a harvest.
同样的，神在我们身上所放下的，为了让我们得到祝福的种子，
And in the same way, the seeds that are supposed to bless
如果
you,
我没有给出去、撒出去，
if you don't sow your seeds in others,
如果不能为别人的生命带来祝福，
if we don't bless another's business,
如果不能成为别人的帮助，
if we don't help another in need,
这个种子将不能为你带来丰收。
our seeds will not return to bless
所以
us.
我们要的一个属灵的原则，
We need to have a spiritual
我
determination.
们不是活在世界的定力当中而
We
已，
don't live according to societal
我
norms.
们信上帝的人也活在属天的领域当中。
We, children of God, live by the principles.
在这个属灵的领域当中，有它的原则的。
So in the spiritual realm, there are spiritual principles.
这个原则是你要给出去
This principle is you need to live by giving
你所有的，
what you have.
上帝就会给你所需要
And
的。
then God will give you what
特
you
别
need.
是在你缺乏的时候，
Especially when you are living in lack or in
在你
need.
需要的时候，
When you are in need
你要给出去你想要的东西，
and you give to others what you need,
然后上帝就会回应你，给你你所需要的。
then God will provide for your needs.
小时候，我的妈妈，
When I was young, my mom
我妈妈是一个小学的老师，
was an elementary school teacher,
她嫁了一个非常贫穷的一个先生，
and she married a very poor husband
一个长子下面有7个弟弟跟妹妹。
who had 7 siblings.
又是没有爸爸的。
And he didn't have a
我的
father
祖父在我爸爸17岁的时候就过世了。
because my dad's dad passed away when
我妈妈
I
嫁到
was
我们
7.
家的时候
And so when my mom was
，married to my
married
father，
to my
没
father,
有水跟电的，没有自来水跟电的。
they didn't even have water or electricity in their
我
house.
妈妈还要挑柴啊，挑水。
And she had to carry water buckets to the house.
她为了要帮忙生计，还要去教书的。
And in order to earn a living, she went and taught in the school.
我妈妈在那个时代，等于现在大概是北京大学和台湾大学毕业的。
My mom's education was the equivalent of a graduate from Beijing
在
today.
90多年前，那个时候能读到当老师的那个学校，已经算是很顶端的。
Back then, when a woman studied to become a teacher, that was pretty high education for a woman.
不管怎么样，我爸爸就是要娶这样的人。
Regardless, my dad married this woman.
所以我爸爸等到年纪很大才娶我妈妈，
And my dad was actually quite of an older age
因
when
为他一定要
when
娶
he
一
married
个
my
可以
mom.
来帮忙负担家计的人。
And he wanted to
Maybe someone can support the family。
marry someone who could support the family.
不管怎么样，我们家因为小孩子多，又姑姑嫂嫂、姑姑叔叔很多。
Our extended family, there's a lot of uncles, aunts,
我爸爸妈妈说我们什么都没有，
and my mom and dad had nothing.
我们没有财产，
They didn't have
我没有
a lot
房
of
子，
assets,
我
no
们银行里面
house,
没有这个钱，
no money,
但是我们可以教育我们的孩子
but they could
，educate the kids，
educate kids,
我们是他们的未来。
and that was their future.
什么都没有的情况之下，
In the situation of having nothing,
我爸爸妈妈希望有人帮助我们，
my parents needed somebody to help them.
他们希望老天能够供应他们的需要，
They needed someone to provide for their
好
needs
让他们可以把孩子送去外地读书
so。that they could send their kids to school.
我爸爸妈妈应用了一个不知不觉应用了一个属灵的原则，
But actually, my parents used this spiritual principle,
他们应用了这个原则，就是今天我跟大家分享的。
this principle that I'm teaching all of you.
你要得到你想得到的，
If you want what you need,
你要给出去你所需要的。
then you need to give what you need.
我妈妈在那个时代，她觉得我的孩子是唯有读书才可能有前途。
My mom, she thought that the hope for her children was that they have an education.
但她没有金钱可以让我们去受好的教育，
But she didn't have the money to send us to a proper school.
但是她却帮助很多在我们那个同时代的小孩子们，
But at the same time, she went and taught and blessed many other children
让
in
他们得到
education.
好的教育。
And she gave them a proper and good
每当
education.
有好的老师到我们那个村庄的时候，
Because good teachers in those days
我妈妈总是找那些需要的孩子过来，让这个老师可以教他们。
were sought after by my mother, and she recruited them to teach the
当
kids
我的
in
父
the
母看
village.
到其他穷人家的比我们更穷的孩子需要一点经费去读书的时候，
And when she saw kids that really need money for school,
即使自己已经很没有钱了，
even though she herself didn't have money,
她也先分一些给别人。
even though she had very little money, she would give the little money she had to help these kids have school.
她没有紧紧的抓住她所拥有的，
She didn't hold on to the little that she had.
她给出去了。
She gave it away.
她经历这个原则所带来的祝福。
And she experienced the blessing as a consequence of the spiritual principle.
因为她帮助了别人，
Because she helped someone
因
in
为
their
她
need.
撒出去的种子，
She sowed her seeds,
我们得到丰收了。
and we received the
在我
harvest.
求学的过程当中，
In all my life as a child,
很多的人帮助我。
a lot of people helped me.
我记得1989年，我来到南加州大学附设医院面试的时候，
And when I went to the medical school in 1989,
USC
USC
Medical Center
Medical Center,
做我的住院医师的时候，
to do my internship, residency,
那时候有好几十个人要争一个位置，
there were many people that applied for that residency, and there
都
was
是
only one
美国
spot.
医学院毕业的，
And they were all these graduates
只
of
有我一个
American
是外国医
universities.
学院毕
And
业，
only I was the foreign student.
他们每个人面谈，
And all the staff council were
每个人
talking.
每个人的经历 分数都比我高。
And they were looking through all the reports and resumes, and they were all better than Dr.
他们
Lee's.
讲的英文是道地的英文，
And the English I spoke was
所
obviously
以我讲的
proper
是
English.
台湾英文，
And the English I spoke was a Taiwanese
连我
English.
讲的国语都是台湾国语。
And even the Chinese I spoke was a Taiwanese Chinese.
从所有的那个 resume， 所有的履历看来，我是最不被看好的。
Out of all the resumes they were looking through, my
没
resume
想
was the
到
worst.
几天之后，
But after a couple days,
唯一接到电话的是我，
I received a phone call,
唯一被录取的是我。
and the one accepted was
我
me.
成为第一个金字丹加州大学医院附设医院当住院医师的外国医生。
And I was the first accepted foreign student for residency.
后来我问了我们的主任，
And I then asked the councilman,
你为什么选我？
why did you guys pick me?
那么多人条件那么
There
好
were。so many other applicants.
他说我们不知道，
And they said, we don't even know why.
我们就是在选来选去的时候就大家都不说话，
You know, when we were trying to choose, nobody really wanted to
一个
say
一个的名
anything.
字被唱出来之后，有人
And
反，
after each name was being
有
read
人
out,
反对，我们就说这个不行。
we said no, no,
结
no.
果你的名字被念出来的时候，
And then when your name was read
人
out,
家不知道你的名字是什么，
we didn't even know how to pronounce your name.
到底是西明利还是李西命？没有人
Were you Shi-Min Lee or was it Li-Min
你
Shi?
是姓李还是姓明？
Which was your surname?
我们搞不清楚，
And we were just confused about
所
your
以
name.
唱到你名字的时候
And，so when we said your curious
每
name,
个人都不说话。
nobody said anything,
后来我们就知道选你了。
and then we just chose you.
我现在就进入南加州大学当住院医
And that's
师。
how I became residence physician.
当你愿意给出去的时候，
When you're willing to give out,
特别在你需要的时候，你给出去的时
especially in the
候，
moments where you need
上帝
somebody
会
to
使
give you
用
something,
你给出去的这个种子，
God will use the seed you've given
来成为你的祝福。
to bring back a blessing to
我
you.
们人性喜欢人家帮助我们。
We all want others to
牧
help.
师啊，我现在有疾病，我需要有人帮助我恢复疾病。
Pastor, I'm sick. I need a doctor to help me in my illness.
牧师啊，我现在经济困难，希望有人帮助我。
Pastor, financially, I'm stressed and in pressure. I need
我的
somebody
孩
to
子
bless
不
me.
住起的，我希望有人帮助我。
My kids are just rebellious. I need somebody to counsel my
是的，
kids.
我们可以把我们的需要带到上帝面前。
Yes, we can bring our requests to God.
但是经常当我们祷告上帝的时候，
But oftentimes when we pray about our needs,
上帝没有直接的给我们问题的答案、解决
God
方
doesn't
法，
give us an immediate answer to our needs.
上帝反而带一个需要到你的生命当中。
Instead, how He answers is by bringing someone in
这
need
个
to
需
you.
要其实是你问题的答案。
Bringing somebody in need to you when you're in need is God's answer
Yeah, to your prayer.
to your prayer.
所以我们要经常不要老是想到自己的需要。
So don't only just focus on your own needs.
当你从你的需要转为别人的需要的时候，
When you refocus onto someone else's needs,
那就是经历上帝恩典的时候。
that's when you'll experience the blessing of God.
经常我们祈求上帝给我们神迹，
Oftentimes we ask for a miracle of God.
上帝说你先给出去神迹。
And God says, why don't you be a miracle
经常我们
first?
跟神的神来求你帮助我，
We say, God, please help
求你
us.
差遣人来供应我。
Please send someone to help me.
神经常会说你已经有一切你所需要的，
And God says to you, you have what you need.
所以我们要懂得种与收的原则。
So we need to know this principle of
你给
sowing.
出去什么，你将会收到什么。
Whatever you give, you will receive.
我们常常说富不过三代。Chinese 是 the rich won't be more than 3 generations。
Oh, there's a saying that says when a Chinese family is rich, they'll only be rich for up to 3 generations.
我相信之所以有这样的说法，
And I believe this statistic
是因为我们已经富足的人，
because those that are wealthy,
我们不懂得种与收的原则。
they don't know how to invest their wealth in other people.
当你富有的时候，
Because when you're wealthy,
你更需要为你的下一代来撒种。
that's when you really need to invest in your
当你
future.
有可以成为别人帮助的时候，
When you become a help to someone
不要
else,
紧紧的抓住你所拥有的。
don't hold on so tightly to your own
你不知
possessions.
道你所给出去的一点，
Because you have no idea that what you give,
上帝会使用他们成为你下一代的祝福。
how much God will return
你要
blessing
确
on
定
your
你的
future
下一代
generations.
是不是有上帝的祝福？
You know, God, your future generations are the blessing of God.
你要确定
And you must make
你有
sure
撒出去种子。
that you are sowing your seeds.
在别人需要爱的时候，你给予爱；
And when somebody else needs love, you're
在别人
loving.
需要鼓励的时候，你鼓励人家；
When somebody else needs affirmation,
在
you
你一
encourage.
碗饭吃的时候，你分一点给需要的人。
When somebody doesn't have food, you're giving them food.
你就是撒下种子。
You're sowing seeds.
神纪念我们每一个人所撒下的种
Because
子，
God remembers everything
特
you
别是
did.
因着我们信靠神的人，
Especially those who rely on
我们
God.
相信上帝给我们祝福是要成为别人的祝福。
We believe that God blesses us to be a blessing to
因此，
others.
即使在我们不足的时候，
So that even in the moments where we don't feel
我
blessed,
们凭着信心给出去，
by faith we still give and bless
跟别
others.
人分享我们所有的。
And we give away to
我们
others
原
what
本
we
可以吃
have.
得很饱的，
So that you don't necessarily eat very full.
但是我们分两分给那些没有吃的人，
But you take the food that you have and you give it to
我们
others
自
that
己
don't
吃
have
的8
food.
分饱就可以了，
Because it's enough for you to just be
让那2
80%.
分成为别人的祝福。
You give 20% out to
神会使
others.
用那2分
And God will use that 20%
飞过头来祝福你的，
to bring back the harvest
并
to
且
you
超过你所给出去的。
beyond what you think.
你要这样的信心。
Have this kind of
圣
faith.
经说，人种的是什么，
In the scripture it says, what you sow,
收的也是什
you
么。
will reap.
我们行善不可丧志，
Let us not become weary
若不
in
灰
doing
心，
good.
到了时候
For at the proper time,
就要收成。
we will reap a harvest.
有时候你所给出去的东西，
Sometimes the thing you
似
give,
乎这个人没有回应你，
even if the blessed person doesn't respond to
甚
you,
至这个人没有感激你，
even if the person doesn't feel grateful or
也许
express
这
gratitude,
个人也许也没有感受很深。
even if you don't have a deep connection with this
那我告诉
person,
你，上帝都看到，
let me tell you, God sees it
上帝也纪念。
and God remembers.
时候到了，
When the time comes,
你就要收成。
you'll get a harvest.
圣经说，流泪撒种的，
It says those who sow in
必要
tears
欢呼收割。
will reap a harvest with
有时候
joy.
你就要凭着信心给出去。
So sometimes by faith you just need to give.
我自己已经很不够了，
You might say, I already don't have enough.
我自己很需要别人安慰我，
I need somebody to help me,
但我
comfort
仍
me.
然去安慰那需要安慰的人。
But go comfort someone
你
else.
流泪的撒种，
Because when you sow in
必
tears,
要欢呼收割。
you will reap with joy.
好几年前有一个弟兄，
Many years ago, there was a brother.
他得到了癌症，
He had cancer
他经历了手术，
and
那个 surgery，
he needed surgery.
他经过了化疗、电疗等等。
And he went through different kinds of
经过几年之
procedures.
后，那个肿瘤又出来了。
And after many years, that cancer came back.
医生告诉他，
And the doctor told him,
我们再用更强的化学治疗、化疗
we
方
need to
法。
use a stronger chemotherapy.
如果6个月之内，
And if in 6 months,
这个肿瘤没有慢慢的消失，
if that cancer doesn't shrink,
我们就没有办法医治。
then we have no way of helping you.
这个弟兄经常在教会来求牧者们为他祷告，
And so that man would often come for prayer in
他
the
也
church.
经常在上帝面前说：“神啊，你医治我，医治
He would keep coming to God saying, God, heal me,
我，
heal
神
me.
啊，恢复我的健康。
Please restore my health. ”
他把眼光放在他的需要，
And he focused on his immediate
他
needs
每天想到自己的癌症，
because he kept thinking about his cancer.
想到自己的肿瘤，
And he kept thinking
想
about his
到
chemotherapy
经受化疗的痛苦，
and kept thinking about his pain.
他就很伤心，
And he was very depressed,
很难过。
very
直到
sad.
有一天，
But one day,
他听到了如同我今天跟大家分享的信息：
he heard this kind of message I'm
当你
telling
需
you.
要医治的时候，
When you need healing,
先出去帮助需要医治的人得到医治，
go help somebody else who needs healing.
把眼光不要老是放在自己的需要，
Don't just keep focusing on your own needs.
转移你的焦点到别人的需要。
Focus on someone else's needs.
从那天开始，他改变了。
And from that day on, he changed.
他带了很多同样有癌症的病患的朋友，
He brought other patients suffering similarly with cancer.
他在医院认识了很多有肿瘤的病
Because
人，
while he was in the hospital, he found many
他
cancer
邀請
patients.
他们到教会来
And，he brought them all to
他
church.
请牧师们为这些人祷告
He，asked the pastor to pray for them.
并且在医院的时候，
And even in the
到各个地
hospital,
方为那些肿瘤的病人祷告
he。would go up to cancer patients and
他
pray
从
for them.
注目在自己的肿瘤，
He went from focusing on his needs
他从注目在自己的需要得到医治，
and focusing on his need for healing
转向别人需要得到医
to
治。
focusing on others who need.
他甚至忘了需要为自己祷告了，
And he even forgot to pray for himself.
他甚至忘了自己需要上帝的医治了。
And he even stopped thinking about how he needs healing.
他做了好几个月之后，
And after many months,
医生再次的做了电脑断层的摄
they
影，
did another X-ray on this
医
man.
生跟他讲到很奇怪的，
Miraculously,
我们找不到你的肿瘤了，
they couldn't find his
你的肿瘤已经
cancer
完全的消失了，
or his tumors. They were all
完全的不
gone.
见了。
They were completely gone.
当你关心别人需要的时候，
When you meet another's
当你给出去你想要的东
when
西
you
的时
give
候，
away what you need,
上帝会使用这些东西如同一个种子一样，
God will use it like a seed
让你得到丰收。
to bring a harvest of abundance to you.
你要有这样的信心，
Believe this.
那就是为什么要凭信心撒种。
That's why by faith you need to sow.
当你没有需要一切一帆风顺的时候，要给出去很简单的。
You know, when you're having a wealth of abundance, it's really easy to
当你
give.
吃得很饱的时候，要分一些给别人，那很简单。
When you eat your fill, it's really easy to give.
有一些人甚至吃很饱的时候，宁愿在让东西让它烂掉，也不愿意分享给别人。
You know, some people eat their fill and they're still snobbish and they don't
但是
share
上帝
their
在
food.
寻找那一些，
But God is choosing those
其实自己仅仅够用而已，
who have only the little that they
或
need.
甚至自己都不够用，
Even they don't have enough,
但仍然愿意分享给别
but
人。
they're still willing to share.
上帝看到你的信心，
God sees that.
上帝不仅看到你撒种，
God sees not only what you've given,
上帝看到你信心的撒种。
God sees the faith in your giving.
有信心的撒种跟没有信心的撒种是不一样的。
Because giving by faith and not giving by faith is
当你给
different.
出去的时候会痛的时候，
When you give away and it hurts a little,
那是真的信心的给予。
that's truly giving by faith.
当你这个钱是要让孩子可以读书所需要的时候，
When you're giving away money that you want to save up for your kids'
你看到
education,
同样有人需要一笔钱的时候
you，see someone else needs that money,
你愿意分享给别
and
人
you，share with that person.
那是信心的给予。
That's giving by
我
faith.
知道一个教会在德州
I know there's a church
Texas，
in Texas.
他现在是全美国最大聚会场所的教会，
It's the biggest church in America.
他们一次的聚会可以容纳3万个人，
They can have 30,000 people in one
是在一个
service.
体育馆里面。
And it's in a big stadium.
他们礼拜天有2场的主日崇拜，
And they have 2 services
所
every
以他们
Sunday.
6万个人参加。
So they have 60,000 every
这个牧
Sunday.
师分享说，
And that pastor shared
就在10年前左右，
10 years ago, around,
他们需要一笔钱来买这个教堂的时候
when they needed money to buy the stadium,
他们自己已经很缺乏了，
they are already lacking money for
他
it.
们已经奉献已经不够买这个教堂了。
And their fundraisers hadn't resulted in
他们知道
enough.
这是难得的一个机会。
And they knew it was just a big opportunity
当以前火箭队、篮球队比赛的场合，那
to
个
get
体育
this
馆，
stadium that was once used
市
for
政府想把
basketball.
它卖掉。
And they wanted to sell it.
他们经过很多的祷告，
And through much prayer,
神奇迹式的让他们标到这个体育馆，
God made them one of the applicants for the
需要
stadium.
一笔很大的资金，
And there's a huge amount of money.
上帝也供应他们的需要。
And God provided for them.
但是就在要把这个整个买卖过程结束之前，
But right before the deal was going to be closed,
超1个月的时间，
about a month before,
他们仍然没有足够的钱。
they didn't have enough money.
如果在1个月之内没有足够的奉献或是借到钱，他们不可能买这个体育馆当
If they
教
didn't
会。
raise enough money in that month,
就在那个时候，
they wouldn't be able to get the
这
building.
个
And
牧
at that
师
time,
听说附近有另外一个教会，
they heard about another church.
他买了一个比较小的地方要成为教会，
A church that bought a smaller place.
他们缺少了50万美金。
They lacked $500,000.
消息传到他们教会的一些长老，
And they contacted this pastor
长老们告诉牧师说，这个教会需要50
and
万。
talked with them about their needs.
如果在1个礼拜之内没有筹到50万，他们将被迫放弃买这个教
And if
会。
they didn't get $500,000, they couldn't get that property.
这个牧师了解属灵的原则
And，this pastor knew this principle.
这个牧师知道他们筹到足够资金买这个体育馆的答案就在这个教会的需要。
That pastor understood that the answer to having enough to get this building lied in providing for the summer church.
当我们给出去的时候，上帝会给我们所需
He
要
knew
的。
that if they give out, God will give
他
to
们需
them.
要钱，我们需要钱。
They need money, so do we.
他们给出去他们的需要的时候，
Let's provide for their needs
上帝
first,
会给我们的
and
需
God will
要。
provide for ours.
那牧师当时马上说，我们奉献50万给他
And
们。
the pastor said, let's give them the
很多弟兄姐妹说，
$500,000.
牧师，我们都不够了，你怎么可以50万给他们买他
And
们
his？ staff didn't say, why are you making us do this? We might not have enough.
但是这个牧师了解这个属灵原
But
则，
this pastor knew the principle of
神迹
sowing.
就是在这个种子里面。
In the
他给
miracle
出
is
去的
in
这
giving.
50万的种子里面，
It's in this giving of
当他们给出去
500,000.
这50万之后，
And after he gave
不
500,000,
到2个礼拜的时间，
after no more than
他
2
们好几
weeks,
百万的奉献就进来了，
many thousands of dollars
超
came
过他们
in.
所需要的。
And it was more than
他们终于买到了这个体育馆，
They bought the stadium.
成为现在全世界最大的教会。
And they're the biggest church
他们
in
得
all
到
of
了服务
America.
教会。
And they have such influence.
当你给出去别人所需要的时
When you
候，
give away to someone else's
上帝会
need,
给你所需要的。
when you give away what you need,
特别是当你流泪撒种的时候，
especially when you're giving and it
有一
hurts,
天你必定要欢呼收割。
you will reap a harvest.
那是上帝的应许。
That's God's
今
principle.
天鼓励我们在座的每一个人，
And I want to tell
我
everybody
们
here,
不要老是把眼光放在我们的需要而已，
don't keep putting the limelight on your own
不
needs.
要把眼光只放在别人如何能够帮助我。
Don't keep thinking about who can help
当你
you.
需要别人帮助的时候，
When somebody else is
当你需要别人爱你、安慰你的时
when
候，
you need somebody to help
改
love
变
you,
你
help
的
you,
想法，
change your
改
focus,
变你的眼光，
change your life,
想想有什么人我可以帮助他，
and think about who
有
else
什
needs
么
something.
人我可以鼓励他，
Someone that I can encourage,
有什么人我可以爱他，
someone I can love,
有什么人我可以祝福他。
someone I can
当你
bless.
转移你的焦点的时候，
And when you change your
当你
focus,
成为别人祝福的时候，
when you become another's
你所
person,
给出去的就好像一个种子一样，
what you've given is like a seed.
上帝会让它生根发芽长结果的。
It will plant and it will reap a
这
harvest.
果子终将回到你的生命当
That
中，
harvest will come back to
你
you.
终将因着你凭着信心撒出去的种子，
And these seeds which are given by your faith
而收割你丰盛生命，
will sow into a
你的生命
harvest.
将有极大的丰收。
And your life will be full of
让我们
harvest.
成为这样的人，
Let's be this kind of
让我
person.
们应用这个属灵的原则，
Let's live by this kind of principle.
先给出去，
Let's give first
相信上帝必定给我们，
and believe that God will
相
provide.
信我们不管种什么，
Believing that no matter
我
what we
们都
plant,
得到什么。
we will get.
做父母的，
Those of you that are
我会
parents,
鼓励你，
I encourage you,
为你的下一代留下属灵的遗产。
leave a spiritual legacy
我
for
们
your
留下
kids.
财富、房子、什么地位给我们的孩子，那很好。
You leave them a material inheritance, that's
但这
good.
一些有一天终将会消失的，
But one day, all of that will become small.
但是永远不会消失的，
But the thing that never shrinks
是你留给你下一代属天上帝的祝福，
is the spiritual legacy you
透
leave them.
过你的撒种，
It will be bigger than the
透
material
过
wealth
你的
you
给
give.
予，
It comes through
透过
your
你成
giving.
为别人的祝福，
It comes through you blessing
让上帝
others.
在天上储存属灵的遗产，
And let God bless you from the abundance of heaven,
你给出去的，
what you've given.
也许在这一代你没有丰收，
Maybe in this time you're not getting
但是
much,
上帝会确定
but God has determined
你的下一代会因着你撒出去的种子
that your next generation will get
而有所
more
丰
because
收
of
的。
what you've sown.
让我们留下属灵的遗产，
Let's leave a spiritual inheritance.
特别是当你有很多的时候，
And especially when you have much,
要紧紧的抓住自己拥
don't
有，
hold on to it tightly.
成为别人的祝福。
Give it away.
上帝一定会纪念的。
And God will
我
remember.
相信，如果我们这样做，
And I believe if we do it like
你的
this,
生命会不一样的，
your physical health,
你会得到医治的，
you'll receive
你
healing.
会得到供应的。
You'll receive blessing.
上帝会倾注他的恩典在你的生命当中，
God will fill you with His
你会经历上帝为你预备那丰盛的生命的。
God will give you the
愿神祝福我们每个人。
God bless
当我不明白事情的由来，信心不足的时候，求助帮助。
生命在于你，万事皆属你。信心动摇的时候，我要信靠。
我相信你的意念高过我的意念，万事互相效力，叫爱神的人得益处。
我相信你的道路
高过我的道路，
我甘愿谦卑顺服。 信你的意念高过我的意念，万事互相效力，叫爱神的人得益处。我相信你的道路高过我